Yo, what is up, guys? I am back with another video, and in this video I just want to talk about the first girl I've ever talked to. But before I get into that, I want to say how sweaty this lobby was, man. I don't know if it was because I was using the Kuda, but I don't know what, man. But first, I'm using this Kuda with the Elo sight, the grip, and the quick draw, and I was using the kinetic armor as a specialist. Alright then, guys. Let's get into this girl I talked to for the first time. And keep this in mind, guys, it was in Cancun. Like the first time I've ever talked to a girl was in Cancun, Mexico. And this is how I met her. So I was playing in the arcade. I was a little kid, maybe 13, and she came in right with her brother, and her brother was like, "Oh, can I play with that, please?" I'm just like, "Oh, sure." And I saw her, and her name was Brittany Sanchez, and they were from Texas. And then I hand over the game, and I see her, and I was like, "Oh man, that girl's pretty." I'm trying to talk to her, but I was really nervous, like really nervous. So maybe 5 minutes later, after I handed over the game, I talked to her, and you know, fuck it, man. What can go wrong? You know? So I did it, and she actually responded really nice to me. She's like, "Oh snap, you're the first guy that talks English here." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I mean, I am from Cali, you know." And she's like, "You have that Mexican accent." I was like, "Haha, of course I do." But yeah, so we met her, and then in the night I told her if she wanted to go eat, you know, like a little date or whatever you want to call it. So we did that, and we went out to this restaurant, and I was a VIP, so I could take her out to eat, and I wouldn't pay that much, or I wouldn't pay none at all actually. And I was there, and then the server is like, "Oh, you want a piece of steak or something like that?" I'm just like, "Oh sure, just give me whatever is good, you know." And she came with the steak, and for both of us, and I really didn't know how to cut the steak with the knife. I didn't know proper manners, so you know, I was kind of embarrassed. She was doing everything right, and she just looked really pretty that night too. Like, oh man. And then I was really nervous. I didn't know proper manners. Now I know it. Thanks to one of my teachers at school. I asked her, and my parents, of course. But it was a really scary experience. And then after that, like the next day, we had planned to go to a magic show. So of course, like, you know what I mean. I didn't like the magic show that much. I'm just gonna say that much. I didn't talk to her that much. It's a pretty awkward day. But that's all I have planned, guys. I hope you guys like this gameplay, and I'll see you later on, guys. Peace. Subscribe, rate, and support this video, or share.
Get a UAV overhead now.